Midway through the 2000s, Jennette McCurdy's life appeared ideal. She was a well-known teen actress who starred on the popular Nickelodeon show iCarly. In the show, she portrayed the brash sidekick Sam Puckett, who ate fried chicken legs and told jokes. So, in today's video, we will discuss what Jennette McCurdy has to say about life on Nickelodeon. Stay tuned till the end of the video to learn all about it. Her personality was humorous, disrespectful, and most importantly, defiant. On the show, Sam Puckett's trips to and from juvenile detention were a running gag. McCurdy says that when the cameras weren't rolling, she was a nervous, traumatized child actor who was afraid to disobey her own abusive and controlling mother, who pushed her into the entertainment industry. The former iCarly star discusses her abusive mother, her struggles with eating disorders, and her time as a Nickelodeon child star in her book, I'm Glad My Mom Died. I'm Glad My Mom Died is at times difficult to read because McCurdy candidly describes years of emotional, sexual, and physical abuse. However, her voice possesses the clarity, strength, vulnerability, and even humor of a person who has recovered from unfathomable trauma. She discussed how difficult it is to be on a television show. McCurdy wrote that her mother was not the only decision maker for her. She discusses the creator, a powerful individual on the iCarly set who is mean-spirited, controlling, and terrifying, and prone to tantrums. McCurdy stated that he forced her to drink alcohol despite her being too young. When the crew members make minor errors, he refers to them as idiots, buffoons, stupid, dumb, and sloppy. McCurdy writes, "The creator can bring you to your knees and make you look bad. I witnessed him do this when he fired a 6-year-old for flubbing a few lines during a rehearsal. When a boom operator accidentally dropped the boom into a shot, the creator ran up to him and yelled in his face." McCurdy does not reveal the identity of the creator in the memoir. McCurdy starred in Nickelodeon's iCarly and Sam and Cat, which were created, written, and produced by Schneider. In 2018, Schneider left the network. The New York Times reported in 2021 that before Schneider's departure, Viacom CBS, the owner of Nickelodeon, investigated claims of wrongdoing and verbal abuse made by former employees. In a 2021 interview with the New York Times, Schneider would say nothing about the investigation. He stated that if people perceive him to be difficult to get along with, it's because he has high standards. Schneider also described as ridiculous allegations of wrongdoing involving child actors. "I could not mistreat my actors, especially young ones, and I wouldn't have the long-term friendships and continued loyalty of so many good people if I did," he said. She believed that Nickelodeon paid more attention to Ariana Grande than to her. In the book, McCurdy discloses something that will astound you. The Nickelodeon show Sam and Cat, starring McCurdy and Ariana Grande, was originally pitched to McCurdy as her own show. "When I first signed a development deal with Nickelodeon for my own show a few years ago, I believed it would be exactly that, my own show," she says. This was supposed to be Just Puckett, a frightening tale about a cocky teenager who turned out to be a school counselor. Now it's a 2-on-2 brawl. McCurdy attempted to conceal her envy of Grande's rising stardom despite the network's surprise announcement. Ariana's career has reached a point where she appears on every 30 under 30 list. "And at this point in my career, my team is pleased that I am the new face of Rebecca Bonbon, the line of tween clothing that features a cat with its tongue sticking out, exclusively at Walmart. I frequently, erroneously believe that my career is superior to Ariana's. I have no options." Additionally, she stated that the creator told McCurdy she could direct an episode of Sam and Cat. This was McCurdy's opportunity to prove that she was more than just a kids' TV actor. McCurdy claims that Nickelodeon then informed him that the directing position would not materialize. "I've realized I've done something foolish. I assumed these individuals would follow through on their commitments. Now that I've shown up to work every day, been a professional, swallowed my anger, and carried a show for almost 40 episodes, now that they've gotten what they wanted from me, they're taking away the reason I was doing all of those things in the first place," she writes. She claimed that Nickelodeon offered her $300,000 in silence money, which she declined. McCurdy wrote in her memoir that when Sam and Cat was not renewed in 2014, Nickelodeon offered her $300,000 as a thank you gift on the condition that she'd never speak publicly about her experience at the network. She rejected it with anger. "What the hell? $300,000 in hush money is being offered to me by Nickelodeon in exchange for my silence regarding my experience on the show. My knowledge of the creator's mistreatment of? This is a network with children's programming. Should they not possess a moral compass? Should they at least attempt to adhere to an ethical standard?" She considered co-star Miranda Cosgrove a sister. Despite filming iCarly during a difficult time in McCurdy's life, she developed a genuine friendship with Miranda Cosgrove. Her friendship with Cosgrove was a source of camaraderie and emotional support, similar to that of sisters but without passive aggression and strange tensions. The end of iCarly was both a relief and a source of pain for McCurdy, as she and Cosgrove eventually drifted apart. I dislike getting to know the people within the context of things. Oh, that's the individual I exercise with. That's the person I belong to a book club with. I yearn to know people I love profoundly and intimately without context or boundaries, and for them to know me in the same way. I don't like that I know Miranda through the context of iCarly, because iCarly is ending, and I don't want our friendship to end with it. She explained why she didn't return for the reboot of iCarly. A reboot of iCarly debuted on the streaming service Paramount Plus in 2021. In contrast to Cosgrove and McCurdy's former co-star Nathan Kress, McCurdy was conspicuously absent from the nostalgic reboot. McCurdy reveals that Cosgrove encouraged her to join the reboot because it was an opportunity for the cast to get back out there after many of them had taken breaks from acting. However, McCurdy was steadfast in her decision to leave iCarly. I don't believe a reboot could realistically lead to other opportunities because if the performer in the reboot hasn't done significant work in the interim, the reboot simply serves as a reminder of that. It further entrenches the performer in the role for which they became known at least a decade ago, a role that is likely to keep their career stagnant rather than thriving, she writes. McCurdy was also not persuaded by monetary compensation. There are more important things than money, and my mental health and happiness are included in this category, she stated. McCurdy took a break from acting to focus on healing and coming to terms with the trauma she endured in the industry, working with therapists and loved ones to recover completely. She is committed to recovering from her eating disorder and substance abuse, and she writes that the healthier she becomes, the less healthy an acting career seems to her. As an actor, you have no control over which agents want to represent you, which roles your agent submits you for, which auditions you receive, which callbacks you receive, which roles you receive, whether you become famous, how the media portrays you, etc., she writes. For so long, so much of my life has felt beyond my control, and I no longer accept that as my reality. I want control over my own life, not that of an eating disorder, a casting director, an agent, or my mother. Mine. What are your thoughts on today's video? Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments section below. That will be all for today's video. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't and hit the notification bell so you get an update whenever we upload any video in the future. Bye!